AI shopping app Nate has been exposed as their AI was actually just a room full of Filipino workers. But even more startling was the discovery that Nate CEO Albert Saniger himself was actually just 3 Filipino men in a trench coat.
Although Nate tried to downplay the controversy, evidence has suggested up to 90% of American technology is actually just a room full of Filipinos. Spotify Shuffle, Google Translate, even Tesla Autopilot, all rooms of Filipinos. Some reports suggest entire smart homes are being operated by a single Filipino family in Quezon City.
When questioned on the scandal, Filipino worker Ernie Ray says that app isn't even scratching the surface of what we're controlling. And it's not just tech. Most ATM machines in this country are actually just empty boxes with a Filipino man inside dishing out 20s.
Perhaps most disturbing is the discovery that sex doll company Real Dolls were actually empty doll skins worn and operated by Filipino men. To which American politician Lindsey Graham responded, "Okay, that one I knew."
The boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
All right, Danny, you've heard these or what?
Sitting back reminiscing.
Have you not heard these?
Remember that time Geico ain't want to give you the money? You hung up on him and said, "I'll see you in court."
Yep.
Then you got the court and you bit him. You remember that? They almost made it. Any accident, big or small, life or death, you make the call. Top, dog, law.
Have you really never heard these?
I've never heard that. What is that, a Geico commercial?
No, it's Top Dog Law. You really never heard them?
Top Dog Law, no.
I'm surprised. Dude, I hear it in the cabs every time. I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Weird.
So it's a big law firm. Like, you know, they have Morgan, all the different law firms. His Top Dog Law, and all of their commercials are this.
Oh, they're like,
I guess it was a New York thing. I can't believe I'm surprised to hear you never heard this.
I always, whenever I mostly take Uber.
Any accident, big or small, Top Dog Law.
This episode is brought to you by Top Dog Law. I always, you know what? I hate the fucking, whenever I'm in a taxi, I always turn the thing off.
Well, it's whatever it is. I mean, Ubers, you can't turn their thing off for them.
No.
Buddy, I'm telling you. Do a deep dive on these, because it's all just like, it's basically, they're doing like alpha male, this is how you get rich shit. They're like, you know what I mean? Like, you wake up every morning, look in your wallet, you got nothing. Well, we can change that. Top Dog Law.
Literally, the main guy's holding
limping. Yeah.
The main guy's holding a bag with a $1 sign on it, like old school bank robber.
He's like, side hustle, get hit by a car. That's the vibe of it.
I mean, that is kind of the American dream, is you get hit by a city bus.
Yeah, I know it is a little bit, right?
Y'all
motherfuckers be sitting there just getting hit by a car, limping around like a bitch. It's time to get rich. Monetize your tragedy. Top Dog Law.
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible.
That's great.
But yeah, if you look it up, there's a lot of people. I saw it and I was like, this is insane.
Sure.
And then I Googled it and there's tons of people saying it's insane. So I'm not the first person to notice these commercials are nuts.
Hey man, it's what he's doing is working.
Well, you said Will Smith's rap career is not going good.
No. Apparently in the UK, Will Smith, Ryan's favorite rapper, sold 268 copies or something in his first week.
Is that like hard copies where they actually bought the album?
I think that's the digital. I don't know if that's, well, where would you even get?
I mean, that's the crazy.
Where would you even buy
when
that?
it's so low? First of all, that seems nuts. I would assumed it was more than 250 copies that Will's smelling. He really did think he could rap his way out of the problem.
268 copies and 36 digital downloads, but that doesn't count streams, which is how most people take it in. So
who are those 35 people? The real
those are the diehards.
Who's the 35 people that needed to download?
The 268 are the real diehards because they are like, I want a CD.
That's what I'm saying. Who is that like had to buy the Will Smith CD?
The Stans.
Who is
Will
that?
Smith Stans. I don't know. Chinese
it's like
people?
jamming along in their house right now. It's like they have in their old CD player, just being like, Big Willie.
Yeah, just learning all the words.
I can't remember the song, but it was the Spanish one. Oh yeah, I know that's what it was. I want the first kiss. I want the first love.
Yeah.
I want the first smile. Like, who's in their house right now blasting that on the surround?
Slightly less than 268 people, because probably 268 people are just Will Smith like movie.
I can't believe
fans.
how low that is, though. That's you're right.
Bad.
That is insane.
Pretty bad. Yeah. I wondered. The question is how many got printed. Like how many are sitting in a garage somewhere right now?
Or were they printing them as they go?
Oh, you think print to order? I don't know. I don't know how this world works anymore.
I know.
Like, you definitely don't just go print 1 million and be like, yeah, we'll sell them.
Right now, it's not just Will. The life right now in America, but also everywhere, is you are an influencer. That is you know what I mean? And we've talked about the construction chick influencer.
Yeah.
Even the space people are influencers
Space
now. Blue
influencers.
Origin. The Girlboss crew.
Don't call them astronauts, Ryan. The FAA has specifically said they're not astronauts.
What happened?
Bringing them back down to Earth, if you will.
Yeah.
So Lauren Sanchez, Bezos' new wife, and Katy Perry and some other chicks, Gayle King, went up on Blue Origin, and then all these people were like, Blue Origin's like, say hello to the first female astronaut crew.
Yeah.
And then the FAA was like, not so fast. You have to go 50 miles to be an astronaut. We're not just calling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're not just calling anybody astronauts. They had to change the rules, I guess, once all these like commercial like flights to space.
So what's
started
Bezos'
happening.
deal? I know we got a little sidetracked right now because I have an influencer thing to say, so I didn't. That wasn't a bad segue into my Blue Origin article. But
Bezos
while we're
doing
talking about Bezos,
Bezos, I don't think he's doing quite the SpaceX.
do you think Bezos was those are 10 minutes, good minutes for Bezos, though? Peace and quiet.
Yeah. And then, if an accident happens, not the worst thing.
I actually did cross my mind that Zos is sending her out there.
Maybe they get stranded in space. Wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it.
You know what I mean? Zos might be buying himself 6 months free.
Do you think they could only
they come in the garage, they see Zos dicking around with the spacecraft. Like, what are you doing, Zos?
Do you think there was any conversation had where they go, because they sent them up for 11 minutes and they go, any more time of them just clucking at that frequency could like collapse it like the fucking sub?
It was the sonic waves
The
are going to be
sonic, they go,
problematic.
that frequency of just 11 hens clucking in space, they go, that could just collapse.
It was running on Girlboss energy. That's the thing you don't realize. It actually didn't use any electricity, so it's very environmental friendly because
they did that thing,
running entirely on Girlboss energy.
Those things for the campfire that like make it like pink or whatever. They did that for like the thrusters. Pink thrusters.
Yeah. It was funny, the Girlboss pod, because I guess this is his trying to get publicity because he's competing with.
Well, no, because he's competing with Richard Branson because this is just tourism, like his business. He's not doing like the satellites and stuff.
How much does it run you to take a tourism flight to space and back?
Probably
seems ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, you get to go to space.
I mean, you couldn't. You
don't get to be an astronaut.
I'll tell you what. I don't think I would do that for 1,000.
Yeah.
Like if I was in a city and you're like, oh, you're in Dallas, this is the hub. You can do the space flight. It takes you out into space. And I go, how much? They go, 1,000. I go,
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see a lot.
If they told me
I'm
like
not going to be an early
500.
adopter of fucking.
Is
going
this
to
how it
space.
starts though? And then after this, they're gonna have you know when you go on vacation and they have the guy that brings you on the parasailing and stuff like that, and the guy doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, this will be like a normal thing in 50
But that's what I mean. Is it gonna be like you'll go there and it'll just be like some guy in the Dominican Republic? With a shoddy fucking spaceship from 1994,
tape on it, like it's just duct tape on the side. He goes, "No, this thing's all good.
You're good.
Yeah, don't worry about it."
The parasailing guys definitely seem like they throw you up there and it's sketchy.
Yeah, they're all half
sketchy
drunk
business.
and shit, and like you see them fucking having a drink before
It's their first day.
Yeah, it's just they're all totally.
So that's what the deal is. Like now, it's going to be one of the things that you do as you go on this thing.
Yeah, it's just a tourism thing.
$250. You have to be so rich.
Well, price will come down eventually once they get.
Doesn't seem like who gives a shit. Did you get to look at the Earth? Is that the idea?
I mean, it's the same thing as the sub. It's like people were the sub Titanic.
No, the sub's a bit more of an exploration to go way down like that.
Yeah.
To me, that feels like the sub. There's more stuff to see. From when you're going up, there's nothing to see.
No, there's nothing to see when you go down because it's pitch black.
Oh,
it's
you only see pitch black.
You literally it's pitch black, and then you get to the Titanic, and they flip the lights on. You go, "There's the Titanic," and you're like, "That's pretty sick."
All right. Well, I'm out of that either.
Yeah,
I'm not doing either one.
Well, definitely not doing the sub after the last incident.
I'm telling. There's no way that you'd catch me on this flight for maybe if you're with a chick and you're trying to impress her, you drop $3,000. Even I can't imagine myself dropping $3,000 on a 10-minute little spaceship, even if on a spontaneous me trying to look important.
Yeah, I think there's people who have a lot of money and they're like, if you're, it's the new class of adventurers. It's like it used to be Everest, and then Everest became kind of like, oh, everybody's done that, and
it's not an adventure though. You just you're just sitting in there.
Well, but you're floating in space. You
get to have the no gravity.
Yeah. You're weightless. So you're floating.
Okay, I would drop a G for the no gravity.
Yeah, you're floating.
So if they can get it down from 250 to 1,
but apparently
they're speaking my language. Then for the no gravity, I seems cool.
But the no gravity thing, apparently, you can do this thing where you go up in planes and they drop really fast. Like there's these planes and they drop altitude really quickly, and then you are temporarily weightless where you float around. So you don't even have to go to space to do that. But for 11 minutes, you do.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not for me. Girl boss energy.
I could be convinced into that.
But our girl, we had another girl that was the construction worker influencer, right?
Yeah.
Now there's a plumber influencer.
Yeah, the one we had was the crane operator influencer.
That's what it was, the crane operator.
Now there's a plumber influencer. They both look identical.
Pretty, yeah.
Yeah, they're like fucking platinum
She's not
blonde.
happy that she's been sexualized in her plumbing outfit.
No, she doesn't like being sexualized.
Young female plumber reveals how men take photos of her while she works. She's an Instagram plumber, Lainey Patterson, opened up about the over-sexualization comment she received from her customer.
Yeah.
I mean, let's put a photo up of her on the thing.
Put a photo. I think I have a solution to her problem too.
I'm listening.
She's posting content of her just covered in shit. She goes, "This is actually what plumbing is like."
Yeah, now don't
poo everywhere.
Well, yeah, she's Zoolander.
Yeah, exactly.
She's basically trying to be Zoolander.
She goes, "Yeah, you think I'm just this hot chick plumber, but there's fucking the septic tanks backed up, and there's shit everywhere."
Dude, can you imagine if you hired I would hate that so much if I fucking hired a plumber, and then a fucking 22-year-old hot chick comes out and be like, "What's the issue?" You'd be like, "Actually, nothing, but
nothing."
Dude, imagine you fucking did damage on your toilet.
Right.
You clogged that thing. It's fucking flooding everywhere. Your fucking log's
You poured like bacon grease down there, thinking that would loosen it up a little bit to get it sliding down there.
Some 22-year-old shows up in a crop top, and then not to mention, she's vlogging the whole thing. She's like, "All right, I'm just here. There's this Danny. I'm here with the client. Here's the client. He did some real damage here. This is
what'd you eat, Danny? What'd you have to eat that you did this kind of damage?"
She has her camera on a stick, being like, "Hey, I'm just here with Danny Polshuk, the client," and you're just like, "Hi." She's like,
you think she live streams like the fucking snake, the camera snake?
We got some real work to do today. This is a guy who did damage.
Thanks for the super chats, everybody.
Thanks for the super chats. We're gonna need it because this one is a messy piece of work. This is a big boy. Dropped a
someone's
big dump.
been eating corn. Mr. Snake says that Danny's been eating corn.
We are going to need a bit of bleach here because the discoloration on this log is bad news for the porcelain.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would hate that. Dude, I had clogged one in a hotel once, and I was only in there for one day, right? So
that's a tough clog.
Here's the
day one clog.
Here's the best part. It wasn't actually me clogging it. Not to say, and this is not for me to say I've never.
Doesn't matter. Nobody believes
right.
you.
And I'm not.
That's what everyone says.
I'm not here to say I've never clogged a toilet before. I'm saying in this particular instance, I was there for a day. I went in, and I was just dropping my bags out before I go to the show. I took a piss.
What you call taking a shit?
Going to the show,
dropping my bags off.
Toilet was already a little bit clogged, and I was like, well, whatever. And then I came back at night, kind of forgot. I just pissed in it again, went to sleep, and then in the morning when I went out, I was like, I should tell them that it's clogged. I walked. It was like a pretty decent looking girl at the front desk. I was like, not a chance. There's no fucking way I'm gonna go
Let housekeeping deal with this.
Oh yeah, so I can be like, yeah, it's clogged toilet. No, it wasn't me, by the way.
Literally everybody says that. Every person goes, yeah, I know, obviously, well, I didn't do it, but
well, that's gonna be you
someone
with the fucking hot plumbing influencers at your house. Just you can't even get a plumber now without being influenced.
Yeah, that's fucking annoying. Can you blur my face out if you're using me for content?
Yeah. This guy dropped a fucking motherload right here, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, sometimes in this plumbing business, we have to cancel our 4 o'clock. That's what I'm doing right now because I'm going to be knee deep in this man's shit right now.
Calls the assistant. You're going to need to open up my schedule here.
No, and the guy's like, honestly, it's, I wish I could, but I'm actually pretty busy today. You're not listening. It's Danny Polishchuk.
You don't
I'm
get
on
it.
my way.
Oh my God. Puts the siren on.
You don't fucking get it. I'm at Danny Polishchuk's house.
Oh God.
I'm on my way. That's what it is.
Yeah, that stinks. I would hate to get those.
No pun intended, man. That's not what you want.
No, you want a fucking bro. You want some dude with his gut out who's like smells like beer.
Yes.
And he's been there.
I would hate that.
Yeah, like that chick has probably never clogged a toilet in her life.
She doesn't know what it feels like.
No,
man.
she knows exactly what not to flush. She goes, no flushable wipes.
She doesn't think it's embarrassing either. She thinks this is all like open territory.
I know.
Nothing embarrassing about it. We all shit, and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna make you famous. That's good for you. And you're just like, no.
It's kind of like male gynecologist vibes.
Very male gynecologist vibes. This is not a job for a lady.
Stay in your lane.
If you're a lady, you better be a fat lesbian, man.
Yeah, exactly. No hot ones.
Lainey says she wants to encourage and support other female traddies and plumbers who've been left hurt over the very sexualized comments from men. It is funny though, because the whole thing is just like, I'm just an average person. I'm a woman doing this job. And you're like, You're not though.
Yeah.
You've been plumbing for a year, and already everything has to be your influencing
Content.
plumbing channel.
I know. Also, you're like, if you are willing to do gross, dirty stuff, be a nurse.
There you
Like
go.
they already have a pathway for chicks willing to do gross, dirty shit.
I wouldn't want that either, though. My nurse fucking influencing, like, all right, today we're checking the balls. Like,
right. Yeah.
this girl should just be a normal influencer. She doesn't need to attach a job
COVID
to
kind of opened up nurse influence.
Nurses influencers would
You
be
know,
okay.
they're doing all their dances. You want to dance with me?
I actually think that is your future, though. You're going to be in there for your cancer diagnosis, and the doctor's like, sup, gang? We're just here with Danny Polishuk doing a proctology exam.
Yeah, just checking the anus.
It's a big ass. It's going to take us all day.
Yeah.
The plumber comes in. You clog the toilet. Plumber comes in. That's an influencer.
Maybe the future's robot plumbers.
Mortician's an influencer.
Maybe Elon Musk will make fucking robot plumbers for us. Just come in there.
That would be better.
That'll be much better. Just comes in there.
It is a divergence because there's two worlds that are opening up in front of us. One world where every single job is just an influencer. Like there's no one that doesn't have a job that's an influencer. You go to get your fries. The guy's like, here, just another fries. We got a man right here. You go in to get your lawyer. The lawyer's like, in courtroom, like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury and gang and chat.
I mean, there are lawyer influencers.
Chat, y'all think he's innocent or not?
There's so many lawyer
Yo,
influencers. Dude, there's like this one TikTok channel
In the courtrooms,
of a
what's about to
guy who
happen.
literally just has like a fucking like a little cart in somewhere in like Ireland or something, or like somewhere in the UK, and he just sells baked potatoes. And they look nasty, to be honest. It's like a baked. You'd probably love it. It's just baked potatoes.
That's all right,
with tons of beans on it. Just beans and a baked potato.
And he's crushing it.
crushing it.
That's what the world is now, man. It's frustrating.
I know.
I'd love to be able to, have a plumber come to my house without broadcasting my
For
shit to
sure.
the world.
You-
Not looking like in a fucking halter top and embarrassing you.
I want an old school guy. I want one of those dudes who's like smoking cigs.
yes.
Like probably
Racist.
doesn't know how to use a phone.
Greek flip
racist.
phone.
Yeah, Greek racist, flip phone, smoking cigs, doesn't even know what social media
Beats
is.
his wife probably.
Probably, it's fine.
He's got the crack. His butt's hanging out.
all the stuff. Yeah.
Yes, because this is a dirty business. I don't want to explain myself to anyone.
No, real art, a lot of arm hair.
This girl's
This
gonna be
guy just
trying to
goes, you clog the toilet. He just goes in with the hand.
He doesn't even put
No
a glove on.
Yeah, nothing. He just goes, let me grab that.
Whereas this girl's coming out being like on chat, being like,
Yeah.
real big. What'd
Dude,
you eat?
Dude, he literally holds the shit up as just like a prize. He goes, look at that bad boy.
Yeah, that's a big one right there.
That's a good one right there. Puts it in his front pocket.
Yeah.
He just goes, let me just get rid of that. Put that in your shirt.
I love my fashion. I love beauty. I really into my appearance, and I feel like I can't post the small things from my life on TikTok because I'll be worried what they say. Oh, this chick is fake. Well, you are doing it anyway, despite the fact that you don't
Sure.
want to. She's still been posting it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you are fake.
You are fake. Also, I mean, what
You're a plumber influencer.
Yeah. Also, who gets their plumber off of TikTok? And also, all these platforms.
Pervs.
They're
The
global.
only
Yeah,
person
exactly.
that would message a hot girl plumber influencer on TikTok is a fucking
Yeah, and she's like in some small town in Australia. So it's like, how does this even scale, really?
I can think of dudes that are pervs.
Yeah.
They'd just be like, yeah, bring it in, like, clogged her again, huh?
Oh, sorry. I guess just all those fucking cum-filled condoms. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to flush those. My bad.
You can definitely see guys being like calling her like once a day, just
Oh,
being like,
yeah,
we got
yeah.
another issue, we need you back. Like, just coming in, watching the ass while
Maybe
she's
that's the
down there
plan,
with
though.
the crack. Yes.
You think she locks the door? She goes,
So the world we're living in, man. I don't think she does lock the door. I think she's got her camera crew because don't forget she's not showing up solo. She's got her
Yeah,
vlogger, she's got her sound guy.
She's got the whole crew.
She's here with the vlog squad.
She's probably going to get a show out of this, too.
Can you imagine that? That's, I guess, what the goal is.
That's
The
gonna be
hot
like
girl plumber show.
Hot TLC, Hot Girl Plumber.
You knock on the door and you're just like, okay, come in. The bathroom's right there. She's like, okay, boys. And it's like 9 guys walking in your house fucking. Oh, we got a big one today. She got the fucking measuring tape out. Like,
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
seen a clog like
They're
this.
like, we're going to have to run some electrical cords for all our equipment. Is that
yeah,
cool?
yeah, exactly.
Like, all throughout the house.
Setting up ring lights everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
So this is not the world I want to live in.
Not loving it.
And definitely, if you want to be taken seriously, that's not the way to do it. But it's a lie. She does not want to be taken
No,
seriously.
she wants to be an influencer first. Plumbing is just the way to get
She wants
there.
to be plumbing for. She wants to be plumbing for the next year and a
She
half.
wants like a sick Home Depot fucking deal, you know?
That is true.
That's the thing.
It's hard to hate the player because she probably is fucking banking on this, but
I'm trying
it's
to think of a toilet manufacturer. Is that the goal?
Squibby.
Squibby? I don't know. Who makes a good toilet?
Well, you had the one that was the put your
Moen?
legs up. Didn't you have the legs up one for a bit?
Legs up one. Oh, the squatty potty?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I did have it. I did buy one when that was kind of.
I can't remember all of a sudden, eh?
Yeah. No, I did have one. I never liked it though, even though it's apparently I don't have it.
I don't want to be taking a shit with my legs up. I don't think.
No, they're not even your legs up. They're just elevated like 6 inches. It's not. It didn't do it.
It also just seems like weird when people come over and you just have this big apparatus for your shits.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It comes across like, what's wrong with this guy?
You go, no, this is how nature intended.
This
you to
is
shit,
actually
man.
the better way to
You're
shit.
the weird one.
You
fucking shit analog.
And then
dude.
you're like, it just feels like you've thought so much about shit that you went out to get your special toilet for your special shits. It just
Hey,
feels
man,
something's off.
I
about
will
it.
say, when I went to Asia, I was so against having the shit in like the backcatcher squatty potty
I'm not
style.
against doing it. I'm against having the like attachment set up at your house
I was
like a
there
weirdo.
for months, and the whole time I was like, I am not shitting in one of these things. And then at one point we were somewhere and I had to, and I go, oh, this is actually pretty good.
You liked it.
I liked it,
And then
yeah.
you came home and bought one.
Yeah, I don't have the knees for it though. I'm telling you, man. There's a reason why you see like a 90-year-old Chinese woman in China, and she's sitting like a back catcher, like as just like sitting that way, just for comfort.
Nuts.
It's because their knees are fucking solid from shitting like that their whole life.
You think it's all knee squat oriented?
Absolutely. Like the shitting your whole life builds up the knees.
It counteracts all the smoking they do.
For sure, dude. If you're a regular like 70-year-old in America and you go, yeah, you shit like this from now on, they're like, impossible. Can't be done.
Yeah, I can't now.
I couldn't do it right now.
My squats look like me just shaking.
Yeah,
That's how
exactly.
low I go. I fucking go.
Yeah, imagine you got to do that fucking 4 times a day.
That's nuts, dude. Just an update, because Gavin Newsom has been doing his podcast for 4, and people who are unaware, the governor of California.
Yep.
And he started a podcast, leftist governor of California, started a podcast.
No, he's still the governor. Is he not the governor?
Leftist, I said.
Oh, leftist. I think you said leftist.
But he's more just like a normal live.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm kidding. People probably know who he is. But he's been done 3 episodes, and he's just getting torn apart by the media right now.
Right, yeah,
But
they're
just
not liking it.
it is very interesting to me the extent to which his podcast evolution.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing. He started out and he was just, he's going to talk to some voices on the other side. This is what the press they go. The governor's been using his platform to explore what Democrats need to do with men. Along the way, he's tried to charm far-right figures, angering many in his own party. So 3 episodes in, he's already, been getting accused of being right-wing. That's what the life of a
generally, when you
podcaster.
have Steve Bannon on, that'll do it.
Yeah, or just...
I mean, it's so funny.
Podcasting, period.
Accusing him of all people of being right-wing. You're like,
Well, lately, Mr. Newsom has found solace in stoicism.
uh-oh.
Do you find that they like that?
They do not like stoicism.
Concept of masculinity have been a recurring theme. So he's talking about masculinity, stoicism. Mr. Newsom said that he found meditations by Marcus Aurelius, the ancient Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, and he's read it repeatedly.
Oh, I hope he's not doing mouth tape.
Well, this-
mouth tape.
He actually is, though, because Mr. Newsom also said he likes to strengthen mental fortitude by taking a morning cold plunge.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's been podcasting for 3 weeks. He's already reading Marcus Aurelius and doing cold
Might be a
plunges.
J.D. Vance Newsom ticket. That's what it sounds like.
Well, but it is pretty funny that you'd start day 1 of podcasting. By day 3 of podcasting, you're talking about cold plunges.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius he's talking about meditations. He's doing keto dieting.
Yeah, all that stuff. Fucking mushroom teas.
Episode 4 is definitely going to be his morning routines of how he overcame to become the governor.
The hair care.
So he's definitely flirting in the direction of being like a workout bro.
I mean,
Do you think that he starts doing just like straight up, like, here's my workout routine? He's on that pathway.
he seems like a hot yoga guy, which is a little too fruity.
He's going the other way, though. He's talking masculinity, man.
Yeah.
I think part of it is that his son said he liked Charlie Kirk, so he was just like,
Yeah,
I'm a
his son loves Charlie Kirk,
Yeah,
which
so
is
he-
interesting because you wonder, you're like, yeah, that's what I guess.
Well, it's a big fuck you to
that's what
dad.
13-year-olds are into is Charlie Kirk.
Well, if your dad's Gavin Newsom,
I
maybe,
guess, that's
right?
true. Yeah.
Like Gavin Newsom, like if you were Gavin Newsom's son and he comes in telling you that, obviously there's tons of genders, and you'd
Right.
be like, fuck you, dad.
See, my thing with Gavin Newsom, I always wondered, like, how much does he drop the facade when he's like at home,
A lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Completely.
like That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
they watched Charlie Kirk together.
Yeah, probably. He goes, this guy's fucking beast. But that's like, I feel like a lot of the shit he goes like at home. He goes, yeah, like I'm the governor and I gotta say this stuff and I'm a Democrat.
I do think they drop it a lot.
Yeah.
But I just think it is funny that it's like he's 1 month into podcasting. He's talking about cold plunges, Marcus Aurelius, and masculinity.
So there you go.
He's really dipping in. I think he's gonna start having the Body Count podcast pretty soon.
I mean, I think he's making a shrewd move here, actually, with wanting to be the next president. I think he's because people on the left.
Stoicism is the good way to go, though. Like if you wanted to sort of be adjacent, but you're not really dipping your toe too far into controversy.
No,
Stoicism's a good place to land.
And it's like you're not even really saying. Yeah, you're like he hasn't said the most controversial thing he said is that he's like, yeah, you know what? I think it is unfair for men to compete against women.
That's his most controversial.
That's it.
Yeah,
like that's like the fucking blasphemy he said against the liberals is just like, yeah, it seems unfair.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you go, okay, pretty reasonable. One of those 80-20 issues everybody pretty much agrees on.
Probably the funniest one recently I saw with politicians was Elon Musk took his son to the UFC game.
Yeah.
And it was like,
UFC game, you're going to get killed on that one in the comments. Oh, go ahead, people.
Took him to the UFC match.
Sounds something like my immigrant father would say. I took them to the UFC game. Continue.
Took him to the UFC. I'm tired. Tired, Grandpa. But basically, he had his kid on his shoulders, and fucking there's 8,000 articles being like the nerve of this guy.
I know.
Did you see that? It was like people were flipping out.
Anything he does.
It was really anything he does, but I was just thinking, it's like, do you not remember going to like a game when you were a kid?
Uh-huh.
The reason I probably even said game, because I'm picturing myself
going to a hockey game.
I remember being at Game 7, going into like 5 overtimes, and being like 1 a.m. And people were like, his kid doesn't even have earplugs.
Right, shit. Yeah, we didn't do that back then.
Yeah, I remember 1 a.m. Hey!
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're...
Bit of grasping at straws with that
Everybody's just like, oh, he's using his kid as a prop. Like, he can't even take his kid to like get ice cream. And they go, look at Elon Musk using his kid as a prop. And he goes... I want to get my kid ice cream. It is weird that he only has...
He can't do nothing.
He has like 13 kids.
The one's getting a lot of attention.
The one is the one he likes. Yeah. He only likes one of them.
I've never seen either one of his kids.
That is bizarre. I have seen, like, I remember one time he had a photo of like a bunch of them, but like for the most part, it's like one of them gets all the shine.
Definitely.
And that's the thing too, is like, because I know he has like 4 with one wife and like 4 with another or something. And obviously they're different.
The original Canadian wife had some.
Yeah, that was like he had 5.
Do any of them still? Do they live in Kingston still? The wife?
Probably not. Maybe
he had some other weird wife where he had for like a little.
And then he had Grimes. This one is the one with Grimes, but he has 2 with Grimes. So you're like, where's the other one? Like, why does the one with Grimes get all the shine, and then the other...
why? Yeah, where's the other Grimes? What?
Yeah, because you're like, obviously you're partial to the Grimes kids, but
he likes the one. He only likes the one Grimes kid.
Yeah,
because the other one's too young. The one girl, I think he's still on okay relationships with, because all the other ones
both of them. No, the last 2.
No, Grimes and him are not.
No, not Grimes, but the 2 before that. One he has like I saw
the business one.
Yeah, the one from Kingston, Ontario. That one he's on terms, and then there was another one where it was a photo of him. Recently.
I heard the old wife he's not on good terms with.
Maybe the first one he's not, but
no, she's been doing exposés. She goes, he stormed into the one from Kingston.
Yeah,
was the one that he has the trans kid with.
Yes,
he's not on good terms.
He's not, but
dude, she's been doing exposés. She goes, he stormed in the house. He goes, she said, I told Elon he can't treat me like an employee. And then he goes, yeah, if I did treat you like an employee, you'd be fired.
Oh, I say that to my wife all the time. That's a good one, Elon.
So apparently...
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't think that one's on good terms. Grimes not.
Well, then it's the other one, because the other one is like when the Ashley Sinclair's
when
the Ashley Sinclair story
No, it's the one that worked at Tesla.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one. That's the one.
She's like a high-powered executive. He has one high-powered executive.
Yeah, she looks like she's doing good.
Yeah, she's doing okay.
Yeah,
she was doing okay without Elon's money, though.
Yeah, he fucking cakes him up.
She was caked up more now, but she was already caked up. And I think that they're like boys.
Okay.
Like him and her. I actually think.
Boys with my ex-wife.
I think him and her are like fucking kind of bros.
Okay.
Because they're talking about making another kid, but I think they're like boys.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, that one.
But anyways, yeah, the kid
is the only one that seems like it's good terms.
Yeah, but the only kid that he takes anywhere is the one.
Yeah, that kid's getting real shine.
I know. I don't know why. I wonder what it is.
Well, yeah, what's the other?
That must fuck up the other kids too.
Maybe the other kid, yeah.
Unless they just like, yeah.
Do you think Grimes made a deal? She was like, you can get one in public.
Well, I did see something actually when he was brought him to the White House, and then she was going on Twitter being like, this is not part of she's like, I'm not okay with this, you like trotting around her son or whatever. So I don't think she likes it.
Oh,
so maybe she goes, you can fuck up one of them. I'll fuck up the other one.
I'll fuck up the other one. I'll have the other one being like a hippie.
Yeah, well, I'm currently working on tattooing his back. Full piece.
True Classic has one mission. Make sure guys look good, feel better. They've nailed the fit, the feel, the price across your entire wardrobe. You look in my closet right now, it looks like friggin' Batman the way that I got these things strung up. And the thing about the True Classic that they've especially nailed is they know how to give you a little slack around the belly area and give you the perfect fit. So you're
tight
looking
arms.
So your arms look good.
Yeah.
You bend over, you're looking good no matter what. And that's not even if you're just a big guy. It's anyone. It's a perfect fit. So I have like 8 of them that I've been rotating around between right now.
Yeah.
And it's not just the tees. This is for jeans, hoodies, activewear, everything you need to level up your everyday style. And True Classic is not just about clothes. They got Ritz-Carlton level customer service, giving back to the community they believe in. Every detail is done with purpose.
I mean, True Classics are super comfortable. They look great. And I mean, like Ryan said, we've got a bunch of them in our closet, and it is just the best go-to shirt.
It's a go-to.
It's a go-to.
It's one of those things that everyone's had that thing in your wardrobe where as soon as you lose it, you run out of them, you're just like,
oh, the worst is when
every
you have
time you start
something,
shopping, you go back. Yeah. You
and
wouldn't
you
be
can't
happy
even
if they discontinued these. I'll tell you that much. This would be the perfect one that you'd be pissed off if they discontinued it.
Absolutely.
So no weird bunching, no awkward tight spots, just a clean, effortless fit that works. Forget overpriced designer nonsense. Skip the cheap throwaways. True Classic Design delivers premium essentials built for real life. Grab yours at Target or Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/boyscast. Get hooked today. And today's episode is brought to you by VIIA. If you haven't tried them yet, you're seriously missing out. Whether you need to unwind, refocus, VIIA is here to enhance your everyday and probably your night too. 500,000 happy customers can't be wrong. They're changing the game in natural wellness, combining high quality hemp-derived ingredients and powerful cannabinoids to create real effect-driven results. You want better sleep, better focus, a little boost in the bedroom, maybe you just want to chill out. Doesn't matter, whatever you need, VIIA is the solution for you. Honestly, it's one of those things that you can't believe that you can just order it on the internet.
No.
You just
Convenient.
So pop on over to the site, and here's the best part. VIIA lets you customize the experience, whether you're looking for a daily wellness, laser focus, deep relaxation, with products ranging from 0 to high cannabinoid levels. They've got options for everyone. We're talking award-winning effect-forward gummies, calming drops, all made with organic lab-tested hemp from trusted independent American farms.
I mean, I've tried a bunch of the different ones, and I can tell you they work as advertised. They're great. I mean, if you want to, chill, watch a movie, just relax.
Yeah.
They're great.
And I really do believe people are just like, no, you can't just pop on over to the site and get it.
Yeah, you can pop on over to the site.
It's that simple, folks.
Oh, you can pop on it.
You don't have to jump through hoops, get some weird doctor's notes. VIIA legally ships nationwide discreetly. No medical card required, no sketchy parking lot meetups, just straight to your door. Worry-free guarantee. VIIA has a product finder quiz that will help you hook the perfect match in less than 60 seconds. The products range from 0 to 100 micrograms of THC, so whatever you're looking to do, they got you covered. They are made in the USA, award-winning service, quality ingredients, affordable and accessible. So if you're 21 plus, check out the link to VIIA in our description today and treat yourself to VIIA's annual Spring 420 sale, Black Friday level savings, 35% site-wide right now, up to 50% off bundles, free gift plus more savings on your first order when you use the exclusive code BOYSCAST, plus you enjoy free shipping on orders of $100. That is code BOYSCAST at the link in our description. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them the boys sent you. Enhance every day with VIIA.
Or a 2-year-old.
I thought that was funny, and then I also thought it was kind of funny, the Bill Maher Trump tour, which it was funny because after he did his Trump tour, he's kind of like, he's trying to sell it to his audience of like why it was so good that him and
Trump was not that bad.
But it's the funny part to me is that he's like, you know what? After hanging out with Trump, I kind of realized the media may have spun him in a different way. And you're like, you
correct. Yeah, you did that.
It's like crazy.
I know. Because we were misled.
Yeah. He's like, the way that people have been talking about this guy is sort of wrong.
I would love to. Let's get a
4 years
Bill
of
Maher 2019 supercut.
I don't know what do you think Bill Maher's up to? Because you think it's pretty easily for him to get swayed. Imagine even talking shit about someone for 5 years. I think that if I met them and they were a good guy, I think I might just be like, I was wrong, but you might just kind of like move on. You might be like, all right, I'll ease up. Like to go the complete other way, you almost have to admit that like I'm an idiot.
Sure.
If you're like, actually, he's a really good guy, he's trying really hard, you have to be like, so everything I've been saying for 6 years is wrong?
I've been wrong about everything. Yeah, I don't know.
8 years.
8 years, or 12 probably. There was a whole 4 year when he wasn't the president.
Yeah.
I don't know what Bill Maher's really
Bill
doing.
Maher can really be won over pretty easily, eh?
No, yeah, he's kind of come
One dinner.
Yeah, he's kind of come around, like it seems recently, to like, you know.
I think he might just be sick of talking shit about Trump, where he's just like, you know what? I've said all the stuff.
It might be the comedic intuition where he goes, this is kind of like becoming hacky. Not that he's like the most.
It was then though too.
It was then. I know.
Like 2017, Orange Man Bad wasn't.
That's true, but maybe for his world, that's reached like this critical mass where he's like, even for me, this is getting a bit much. He goes.
He might just be a little tired of the Trump bashing.
There also,
and he's like, how do I get out of this? I need him to give me a gesture so then I can be like, no, listen, he reached out a hand.
Yeah.
Whereas like he can't just say I stopped. He can't just do a 180 on his own accord. He needs there to be some reason why he stopped doing it.
Yeah. I mean, he might just want the proximity to like the most powerful man in the world. Too.
That's what I actually think it is too. That he's like he likes to be flattered.
He likes to be flattered, and he goes, yeah, like I'm getting invited by the fucking most powerful.
I'm a big man now.
I'm a big man. Bill, you're a big man.
You're a fucking big man. The president needs to have lunch with you.
You and Kid Rock. You and Bob.
You know what? I don't know if it's maybe just a general like not caring about authority period or something like that, but I'm really never been one to like. I know that always people are like, you know, it'd be a big deal. Like the president wants to see you, like all that sort of stuff. Like I really, I don't know if I would ever feel anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it'd be cool to like see the White House and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it would be for me.
Yeah,
have you ever been like impressed by like some important person that wanted to like meet you or something?
No.
Like that idea where it's like, it's such an honor. Like I understand it like theoretically.
Yeah.
And I know people say like, oh, it was such a big honor to go to the White House or to meet this guy, or like, it doesn't really register with me. Like it would just be like, okay, I guess
I'm still waiting for my press pass.
Yeah, I know, right?
In the White House. Still haven't got that.
That doesn't register to me. That wouldn't be a big honor for me to meet a president.
No, it would
right
be like
left.
a cool thing to just go there and see the behind the scenes, I guess, and be like, that's where Stephen Miller shits.
Well, it'd be fun to go because we talk about it after.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
suppose.
so I guess I would do an event for the sake of talking about it. But like, in the absence of that, if someone was like, want to take a couple days and go visit the White House, like, I would probably okay, but I don't think it would by any means be like, ooh,
no. There might be some element to where we're Canadian, so it doesn't quite.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have any Canadian version of that either.
Oh, definitely not. Okay. Oh my God, I met Pierre Poliev. I can't even talk. Oh my God!
I told you.
Oh my God! Mark Carney shook my hand.
My buddy went to see the Tragically Hip play, and Justin Trudeau was there, and he said there was a line of people taking photos with him, and every single person was doing it as a joke. But that is, I think there is some, there's like a reverence that I do not have for any sort of authority or high figures. Yeah. Like, but it wouldn't just be them. Like even, like if Jeff Bezos was there, like, you know, an important person like that, I would not, I just would not.
I would just be like, this is cool, but. Yeah, I would still be like,
the only, cool, maybe I would want to get the picture because it's like funny and you can do something funny.
Exactly.
But like,
that is an element to the, like if we got invited to the White House or something where you'd be like, this is funny that we're here.
It's funny that we're
here.
It
is funny that we're here. Like, just like, why are we here? Like, it would be very much a lot of that. You go, why are we here?
Yeah.
Like,
well, then we wouldn't be invited. So I don't know. Yeah, you never know. I guess influencers do get invited and stuff like that.
I mean, dude, I just did Tim Pool, and he fucking, like 2 days before, he got invited to the White House to meet with Netanyahu.
What? Yeah. Was it just Kanye West under the desk with a net and a can of Yahoo?
I would be like, BB, can you sign my net?
I mean, huge move if you got a Bibi Netanyahu to sign your net.
net. He goes, I don't. And he probably wouldn't get the reference either, too. Like, he's probably not that dialed in. So he goes, all right, this must be an American thing.
Would you meet with Netanyahu?
Yeah, I go say what's up, Netanyahu.
So you get him to sign the net?
My parents would be pumped.
My
My parents would finally be like, "Oh, you're not just like dicking around with this stuff."
Your parents would actually be pumped if you met Netanyahu?
Yeah,
is that true?
Probably.
Really?
They'd be like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So so you do have the reverence. You don't. So you're saying the American presidents wouldn't impress you that much, but Netanyahu for you would be a big deal.
I'd rather be Trump than
quote from Danny Polshak. Netanyahu, that'd be big for you.
It goes Trump, and then it would be Netanyahu, and then Pierre Polyev, like 50 rungs below that. And then Gretzky probably higher than Netanyahu.
I feel like Netanyahu would be a bad one to meet because every bad thing that they do, then everyone be posting the photo of you and Netanyahu.
Oh, absolutely,
like
man.
Or would you want that for that reason?
Everybody was going crazy on Tim Pool for meeting with him.
Oh, really? Kind of haven't been on Twitter like that.
They were losing their minds that he met with Netanyahu. I mean, I was asking him, I was like, what was the point of it? Like,
what
why?
did he do it?
And I don't know. He was kind of like, because I guess they were talking
What
about.
were they supposed to chat about?
Like, I don't know if it was like, hey, here's like the talking points on Israel. Like, here's the things we want you to say. But like, he was saying, because there were some other people there, he wouldn't say who they were, but they were kind of like being like, yo, you guys are like really fucking up. Like, you're losing support for Israel on both the left and the right.
So they said they gave Netanyahu a talking.
They kind of were like, yo, just FYI. Like,
FYI.
Like, you're losing support on the right and left, and like, give it a decade and you'll have none remaining, period, essentially, like in the United States. Like, all you have is boomers, basically.
And he was like, okay, well, you don't.
Will die.
Was Netanyahu like, you don't understand? We have a plan in place to get rid to really clamp down on anti-Semitism. So I know that you think that. I know that you think that we're losing some support, but we have a really aggressive stopping anti-Semitism plan coming at you.
It was more like Tim Pool's like, you're really losing the left and right with the anti-Semitism or with the Israel stuff, and he's just like, whoa, what's with the anti-Semitism, Tim?
Yeah.
Tim, cool it, man.
Well, your Twitter just got deleted. How do you like that? So,
yeah,
they do keep every day on the news. I do see a new thing where they're just like, we have a new machine, like an anti-Semitism stopping machine. The government Lockheed Martin just put thousands of fucking millions of dollars into this new technology that can stop it. Yeah. It zaps it like a ray.
Yeah, it zaps it.
If you drop,
it's an iron anti-Semitism dome.
yeah, it's an iron speech.
No anti-Semitism can fall on you.
Iron anti-Semitism safe space. If you, that's every campus has like an anti-Semitism iron dome.
Yeah.
They just put it all over top of the protesters.
Sure. Just lock them in.
Every university, it just comes down from a plane and just like a technodrome just goes on top of them. And they're like, you can do your protest in there, but it's soundproof walls and we're not going to be hearing the anti-Semitism.
We will not be hearing it. And it kind of has like with the two-way glass where they can like turn it on so you can't even see what's going on in the dome.
Benjamin Netanyahu must hate anti-Semitism.
Oh my God.
It must be his least favorite thing in the world.
Chaps his ass so much. It probably goes Palestinians, Hamas, and the same, and then anti-Semitism.
I think anti-Semitism's
higher. You think it's higher than
I think
Hamas?
It drives him nuts. He wakes up every morning and just goes, fucking hates it.
Yeah.
It's really high on his priority list.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. I'm wondering if he was like requested that thing, or they're like, yeah, this is like what you're doing from 1 to 2, and he's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, well, who set up that for him?
I don't know. Like, what are we doing? Why am I talking to these people? He's like, I don't go on YouTube. Maybe he's doing the Trump thing. Trump's like, yeah, I helped the YouTube won the election.
If I was trying to get rid of their, the negative support against them, I would be like, get rid of the ADL and those places speaking for you.
Yeah.
Like, it would be literally, imagine you're like, oh, people or don't like you right now. And you go, well, I have the 3 most annoying people in the world out there, like, yelling at everyone on my behalf. Is that not helping?
No, that is not helping. Also, cash payments might work. Straight cash.
That's actually thinking like
$1.
$1 for every not day without anti-Semitism at the end of the year.
Like a giant, the Chicago bean. It's just like a giant anti-Semitism jar.
Yes.
Like a reverse anti-Semitism.
But they start out like every person at every like a tip, like a waiter with a tip. Like you start out with $365.
You can only go down.
And at the end of the year, if you went 365 days of that anti-Semitism, you get your payout.
You get the full payout.
That's actually not the worst idea.
Not the worst idea.
And it probably costs less money than all these other things they're doing.
Probably
$365 a person instead of like all these organizations. And at the end of the year, every day that you didn't do any anti-Semitism.
Yeah, no anti-Semitism. I mean, that is like.
Hey, there's a different. How many times do they have to do the experiment that they say positive reinforcement's better than negative reinforcement?
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
If you're trying to get people to do something,
Yeah, maybe gift certificates to some Israeli chain or something.
right?
Yeah,
So
I like it.
I'm not saying that I have all the answers, but I'm
No.
saying if
We have more answers than they do.
they have more answers, at least
What are
we're
their-
trying.
Yeah, what are your answers? Just fucking bomb Gaza?
Yeah, their answer. Drop another. I think their answer is the anti-Semitism Iron Dome.
Just deport people from America? Is that your answer?
What, dude? The guy that got deported to El Salvador is not coming back. It looks like.
No, he's not coming back. No, he's not coming back. Well, I mean, it is a weird little thing because you're like, obviously, there's
The El Salvador guy's like, yeah, I'm not. I can't
First
get
off,
him
he
back.
obviously must have been some degree of like association with MS-13. I don't know if he was
Trying to figure that
I don't know
out
if he
for
was
myself,
in
and I
it.
can't.
Yeah, I can't really. And again, I'm not. I don't.
You gotta give
trust
that- you gotta give him
just
due
because the
process.
government is like he was in MS-13.
Yeah,
You believe me? Come on.
the government's word's not doing much for me either.
No. So, but the thing is like he's here illegally. And then he had a deportation order to leave because of ties to MS-13. Then he was like, yeah, my family runs a pupusa business, which has been closed down.
Pupusas are nice, by the way.
They are. I love a good pupusa. But they're like, they run a pupusa cart. And then these gangs said they're going to kill me and my family over the pupusa cart business. So then I can't go back to El Salvador, which is like, okay. And then a judge believed him.
There's a UK guy right now that they were trying to deport, and then his lawyer said it would stress him out, and then they said they couldn't send him back because he'd be too stressed. Just to see the difference between America.
Yeah.
Like
Wasn't he
America,
like a rapist or
America right
something?
now, it's like kicking him out for no due process. In the UK, they're just like, this guy, yeah, he's like a rapist, and they're like, we want to deport him. He's not a citizen. And they're like, what? It would stress him out.
Yeah, it'd be stressful.
You don't
he has a
stress
fear
about
of flying.
Yeah, and they're just like, well, what are we?
He
gonna
has
do?
anxiety.
That's where the UK.
He
It's
has
like
flying
it's
anxiety.
the polar opposites right now.
Yeah, but anyways, it's funny because the Bukele and the head
There's
of
someone named Bukele.
yeah, El Salvador, the president.
The president's Bukele.
Bukele, yeah,
Bukaki?
Bukaki. But he basically, so they sent him. He's in El Salvador right now in their like terrorist prison that everybody knows about. And then essentially
don't wanna be
the
there.
Supreme Court was like ruled that the U.S. has to facilitate the guy's return to the United States, even though he's not allowed to be in the United States. Like, this is probably one of those things where like we don't even have a mechanism to deal with this because he's not allowed in the country, period. Like, he's ordered to be deported. Why would we bring him back? And then
To deport him again.
I guess to just formally be like, bring him back, to just be like, land him here and then go, you're out.
Well, I think they should probably. Here's the thing, though. If you came in and you got deported, they would just send you back to Canada. They wouldn't send you to a jail.
Well, he's from El Salvador, though. Well, the thing is, he's from El Salvador, but then they're also like, he goes to the jail because he's part of MS-13.
And he's saying
Otherwise,
he's not.
he would. Yeah, he's saying he's not. Otherwise, he would just get sent back to El Salvador. Like, most people, El Salvadorians don't get sent to the prison.
And El Salvador is not given too much due
But the
process
funny
to
thing is,
people.
the president of El Salvador goes, well, he's like, because the Supreme Court was like, the U.S. must facilitate his return to the United States, and they ruled like 9-0. And then the president of El Salvador is like, I mean, I can't just smuggle a terrorist into the United States. He's like, surely that would be crazy. What do you mean? You want me to smuggle a terrorist back in the United States? So then they're just
That
like,
being said, if America goes to a country and being like, we want that guy, they can make those
well, there's
deals.
a formal extradition process, but essentially he's just playing ball with them. And
Yeah,
so they're
yeah.
like, yeah, we read, like when the Supreme Court says facilitate, we understand that as we'll send a plane, but we can't make the president of El Salvador let him out of the terrorist prison. And the president of El Salvador is like, I'm not letting him out. So that's that.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to actually go.
They
further
go,
with
yo, we'll send a
negotiation.
plane, but if he doesn't want to let him out, we can't force another country to let him out.
Yeah,
And so that's that.
that's nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Anyways, we got sidetracked there.
Yeah.
Guys, this is back to the Newsom article because we did have a big tangent there. I wanted to talk about in relation to the Newsom getting called a bro, too masculine, yoga bro. then this is what's going on at HuffPost right now. The girl goes, what's a communal narcissist? Communal narcissist is a subtype of narcissist in which an individual appears deeply involved in the community affairs but lacks genuine care for others. And she's saying someone who's like an activist and...
Yeah, who just... But actually, like, this is probably a good thing on balance.
Sorry, say that again?
This is on balance and actually a positive thing to be this, because you're like, yeah, I work at a soup kitchen, and you go, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for the homeless people? It goes, who gives a shit?
Right.
You go, I don't care.
And she says the true motivation is attention and validation. You could probably say to some degree everything has some version of that.
Of course.
But the reason it's funny is because it's from Huffington Post.
Yeah.
They're saying that like all these activists are just in it for themselves. And it feels to me like the girl at Huffington Post is writing this about the person beside her.
Probably.
Like this is a hit piece on her office workers. She's like, some of the people here are just doing this because of themselves. Whereas there's other people like me who actually give a shit.
Yeah, I do it for the love of the game.
Do you want to know her name?
What?
Caroline Baloney.
Oh, it's Baloney's back? Fucking Baloney. Baloney.
Caroline Baloney's the
Caroline
best name.
Baloney's been fucking getting into it.
So Caroline Baloney thinks that some of the other
Caroline
people at her
Baloney.
office are actually the real Balonies.
I can't believe that she doesn't have like a good article segment called Full of Baloney. Just like a weekly recurring.
Well,
Full
she
of
thinks
Baloney.
everyone else is full of baloney because she's wrote an article saying that all these other people, they say that they're helping people and they care about, black people, but they're actually full of shit.
They're full of shit. They don't
Full of
care.
baloney.
They're full of baloney, and she doesn't even use that once.
Yeah, and she says their true motivations is just to be seen as virtuous, but they don't actually care.
I mean, I've definitely been on a date where some fucking veteran's like, "Can I have $5?" And I go, "Yeah."
And they're saying that
I wouldn't give it to you otherwise.
you're a communal narcissist.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some.
Yeah, exactly.
Just trying to score some points.
But
here.
you also don't present yourself as your whole image
No.
is I help people and
No.
every flag in your bio and all that sort of
no
stuff.
flags in bio.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is a weird thing. I love how they're like they go, narcissism is bad, and then we need all these subcategories of narcissism just to give the HuffPost writers busy work.
It's a little bit busy work.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think it's more of a hit piece from Baloney against the other people in her office. I think there's like a mutiny
She
at the
doesn't
HuffPost office.
I think a lot of people have been making fun of the name. She
Exactly.
goes, all right, I'll fucking show you.
I think Baloney doesn't like that the people beside her, she's like, they pretend to care, but they don't actually care.
Yeah.
I watch this person, like they go get drunk every night and fucking say jokes with slurs in it.
Yeah, this is the journalistic equivalent of a subtweet right here.
That's what I think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yes, I think she's quote tweeting her fellow HuffPost workers.
Right. She's taking some shots here.
She's like, Amanda's a fucking says she cares, but does she?
Yeah, she uses specific references.
We all know the person that says, I care about all this stuff, and then they're a dick to their mom.
Yeah, they
fucking,
never fucking take their food out of the fridge on Friday.
They never take their food out of the fridge on Friday. They say they care, but where's their empathy when it comes to? They said they were supposed to organize a party, and then they canceled on everybody.
Yeah.
They never show up on time.
No, we were supposed to go to the Taylor Swift concert, and she bailed last minute.
Bails last minute, but yet she says she's the most empathetic person in the world. But then when it comes to eating my lunch, all of a sudden she has no empathy.
Yeah, but that is probably the hierarchy. If you're like a chick at HuffPo, is empathetic. Who's the
most empathetic?
Yeah, that's what pays the bills.
And all you have to do is write more aggressive, empathetic articles. You're like, I'm empathetic, and I think that Baloney is starting to not like it.
Yeah, that's the thing is they have to even find like the most altruistic, empathetic people, and then split them up into a hierarchy.
Yes.
You go where you literally like, hey, we're all empathetic. You go, no, I'm more than you.
I actually am.
I'm not doing it for the wrong reasons. You're actually empathetic, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
Right?
We're all empathetic.
Yeah, we're all empathetic.
But yours is for something wrong reasons.
Yeah, this is just for your own sense of smugness.
I do it just because I'm built that way.
No days off.
I'm fucking built like that. I wake up in the morning, put my shoes on, and I help people.
Yeah.
Not because anything to do with me. I'm just fucking a desire that I have.
I'm just an empty shell.
I can't even, if I see even the slightest negative thing happen to like a Mexican, I fucking lose my mind.
I know.
And it's not because I don't
cry.
I do it with a mask on sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just go on the internet and write articles. I don't even put my name in it. I'm just like, actually.
Nobody knows Baloney wrote this.
No one, there's art, probably Baloney's fucking all over the internet. You don't even know.
Yeah. She's
That's
very
how empathetic she
she's
is.
very much like someone's like, oh my god, if I don't make my deadline for this article, I'm gonna be fired. And she goes, I got you.
Yeah.
Take a Baloney.
Yeah, take a Baloney. Honestly, there's a lot of Baloney to go around at Huffington Post. So it's like, I have an article, I'll just give it to you. Yeah. These are the type of things. Whereas these other people.
Damn, she's so good.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Ballones?
Baloney? makes me feel like a piece of shit. Every time I read a
Blondes is really empathetic, so I think that's what's going on
top
here.
dog.
Top dog
Top
blog.
Top dog baloney.
This is the best article of the week. So, some might say Trouble in Paradise.
Uh-oh.
And we've talked a lot about, the 2 trans women pool players.
Yep.
And there's been probably multiple articles and situations where you got TERFs versus the trans.
Yeah.
And some might say J.K. Rowling's went down swinging on that whole thing.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen so many of the trans men in men's spaces.
No.
Because as of
Generally, they're disadvantaged.
well, because you wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't give a shit.
If I was in a change room and a trans man was there, why would I care?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you'd be like, finally, someone has
It's not
the
an
smallest
issue.
dick in here.
It's
Clear who has the smallest dick in here. Goddamn thing's in any.
And I'm not even standing. I'm just looking in. And it's Danny, then him. I've been looking in.
I'm just looking through the holes I've cut in the wall.
I have the place wired up, and I actually didn't wire it up. Danny wired the cameras up. I went in to shut down the operation, but I did happen to see Danny in there with a small dick and the trans man in with the smaller one.
Yeah.
While I walked in.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, you don't care. You go, oh, a trans men's playing in male hockey, and you go, what are they playing? House league.
I was like, yeah, you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So no one would be a problem. But in the gay community, we have a little bit of a fucking, little bit of a Donnybrook.
Sounds like they're done with it. Sounds like they just would like to go back to the LGBT.
Outrage follows as the Texas gay campground doubles on banning transgender men from property. Grizzly Pines, which is a private gay campground. Danny does not need to be told that. He's got a Grizzly Pines tattooed on his lower back.
Good name.
There's a better name coming up at you. Is facing mounting backlash from across the LGBTQ community, particularly the bear community. The Houston Bears.
The Houston Bears.
It's a gay club. It's called the Houston Bears.
Okay.
Sounds like a hockey team.
The Houston Bears.
It's the main part of the article that I liked. There's a gay club called the Houston Bears, and the Houston Bears aren't happy that they won't let trans men in.
Oh, the Houston Bears want the trans men in.
The Houston Bears want the trans men in, and Grizzly Pines is the gay campground.
Facility.
So it's a full-on gay campground, and basically they just go and have a fucking 20-man pile-on.
Think of the smell.
That thing is just. Can you imagine just walking in? It's just like a fucking, literally like it just looks like they, in like medieval times where they're catapulting people.
Yeah.
Just a fucking 8,000 men in like a big fucking, just ball of human orgy happening.
Sounds disgusting.
Grizzly Pines. That'd be funny to go undercover as a bear in Grizzly Pines. See what actually goes on there.
I'd prefer to go in like
I'd prefer if you to go, not me.
real
but-
bear costume.
Yeah.
I'll just be at the trash can fucking pretending to eat, being like, what the hell
The
is
fuck are
happening
these guys
here?
doing? But the Houston Bears are not happy about it. They cut ties publicly.
Oh, okay. So they got to start their own camp now?
Yeah. You think there's a guy who actually tried to go watch he thought he was going to a sporting event. He goes, I'm in Houston. I'm in Houston for the night. He's like, from the UK
you got to
or
see the
somewhere.
Bears.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, I'll buy a ticket to the Houston Bears.
What?
What?
So what, their uniforms are kind of like a leather daddy biker thing?
What sport is this?
These Americans and their weird sports.
That is an okay prank to tell someone, buy them 2 tickets to the Houston Bears.
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
And you go,
they play in this fucking dingy club? Yeah.
no, it's a campground. I think what happens is you have to, there's probably like a pathway and then you go up and it's just like it opens up into just this mound of humans. Drilling. Landmen. Yuck. They're canceling their sold-out bear event. So the Bears are selling tickets too, man. You couldn't even get a ticket if you wanted to.
You go on StubHub.
StubHub to get your Houston Bears
I mean, that's
ticket.
when you really make the mistake. You're on StubHub and you go, Houston Bears? All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on StubHub. It must be something.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go see a game while I'm here. Yeah. There has got to be some people that love sports so much that they go on vacation, they just pick a team and go watch
sure.
it.
I've done that.
Yeah. So the Houston Bears are not happy campers because they won't let the trans men in. They want to have like some pussy in their bear event. Whereas the other guys are like, no, I don't want, I'm not a pussy guy.
We want a gay man.
Ew.
We want a male gay only space.
Yeah, they're like, gross, pussy.
Well,
Ugh.
because there's enough estrogen there where you go, this is kind of bringing the vibe down.
Yeah, and I'm going to disagree with you a little on that because I think that the probably girl trans people are probably almost more masculine than these bears.
That's true.
Like there's because you've seen, I'm sure you've met like gay guys, there's like big burly gay guys,
Yeah.
but they still kind of have a bit of this.
Yeah, they're a little
I bet you the bear, the like girl trans bears, which you don't see that very often. Usually girls that are trans would be into girls.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like a girl that wasn't a lesbian that trans into a guy. You don't see that a lot.
That's true.
But it's that. So this girl became a lesbian, trans, and then bangs guys. I bet you she doesn't talk like a gay guy. She probably talks like a fucking...
She's wearing the overalls.
Like the trans men is probably like the manliest dude at the bear event.
Yeah.
Maybe that's their problem. They're like, they're bringing all these fucking male energy.
Yeah, all this male energy is too much.
Like the
toxic male energy.
Walking in, stiff arming people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
John Anderson, founder of the gay camping grounds. Some of the people treat these campgrounds like places where they should only see people they're attracted to. It's an exclusion based. So the campground, this is the guy.
So this is an inclusivity issue.
It's an inclusivity issue, but it's funnier to think of it as not an inclusivity issue.
Yeah. Hey, man, I don't know what's wrong with gay men wanting their own spaces.
Triggers misogyny.
I prefer that.
So they're
maybe an island.
I think it is
maybe permanent.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? Fucking dirty dog. Get him a 110. All of a sudden, Danny's Christopher Columbus, man. Get him on a boat.
Call me Jeffrey Epstein.
Call Danny Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm
He's spending a lot
island.
of time on the island.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is
I mean, the thing is, there's probably 1,000.
They want gay guys to have sex with
yeah, but there's probably 1,000 of these gay campgrounds. Just go to another.
None of them are called the Houston Bears, though. That's the funniest gay name of all time.
Yeah.
That you have a gay club called the Houston Bears.
I hope there's one called the Chicago Bears.
Exactly.
That's Confusion City right there. You go, what? You got the foam finger and everything, and then show up there, they stick it up your ass. You go, what?
What the hell?
I didn't sign up for this.
And they throw you off too because they show up and they're throwing a football around.
Yeah.
Like if you think the cis girl the girl that was like the trans woman that turned into a guy, you could picture her working in a baseball mitt.
Oh,
she's
absolutely.
like when girls go trans, they go extra manly, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, hey, well,
performance.
Yeah. You into sports? Yeah, I'm into sports. And then you go, all right this way. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's tough.
The absurdity of advertising yourself as a space welcoming for men to feel positive about their bodies, and then saying certain men can't come because the other guests don't like their bodies. But what they mean by that is they have a vagina.
Yeah.
They're gay, so they like dicks.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you used to like dicks.
You
now.
used to like dicks. You like male vaginas.
You like male vaginas now.
Yeah. Well, hope that this gets settled out for them. I don't think it will, but
It is interesting.
I mean, if this was 5 years ago, you'd be like, all right, no campground. Sorry, that's over.
Yeah, bye.
Nobody gets to have anything. Nobody gets to have anything.
Yeah, bears are done.
Yep.
Your bear thing's done.
Now they at least.
Young women have started recession-proofing their lives. So
we're talking.
Because of the tariffs and everything, girls have discovered saving.
Yeah, they've discovered not buying every bullshit piece of.
There has to be a bit of that, right? Where girls would do the tariffs, where you'd have a girl that like the tariffs go down. She's like, we lost our money, and then it goes back up, and she's like, we're rich. Like I have this money to spend.
Yeah.
Like when they took the tariff off, when they put the tariff on. And they were like, oh, things are 70% more. And then they take it off. Like, you have to think that there's going to be a bunch of girls that are just like...
I mean, girl math is literally watching your portfolio...
Just 70% discount.
Watching your portfolio go down 50%, go up 50%, and you go, I'm 50% richer.
I think
and you go, you're actually 25% poorer.
Yeah, but I think that... Yeah, I think there is a lot of girl mathing going on, right?
You go, you have 25% less money than you had last week. You go, no, I have 50% more
money than I had 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We can't afford not to buy this. The price, they put a $200 tariff and then they took it off. You go, this just went down 200%.
I know. We're rich.
Yeah, so, but a lot of girls on TikTok have started saying because of the economy, there was a bit of this before, but it's really, really turned up to 11 in the last little months. Young woman not long ago splashed on self-care, tickets to Taylor Swift and Barbie, pulling back their spending, and they've made a list of, they're all doing videos being like they're skipping manicures, they're going back to brown hair last month, no more sober Ubers. So it says all these TikTok tutorials by women just saying they've discovered savings.
I like it. Thank you, Donald Trump.
Yeah, kind of.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
I'll tell you what. Trump's going to get in my good books by his new policy of trying to make the shower water go a little harder.
Yeah.
I live in a building that has no excuse to have a bad shower.
Yeah, new buildings should not have that, other than the fact that it's...
Mine's drizzling down me like an old man fucking jizzing.
Yeah, I hate that there's no... Because we both live in newer buildings, there's no gas. which I hate.
What's the gas?
Do you have a gas stove?
No.
No,
I don't.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Right.
We have induction.
Yeah, what is that?
Hate it. It takes fucking an hour to boil water.
It's stupid.
Yeah, the only good thing about it is that your pans get to the temperature that they're supposed to be at like in 4 seconds, which is good. But then if you're trying to boil water, it just takes like an hour.
Yeah.
Hate it.
I don't like that, but more.
And then some pans just like don't work for whatever reason.
Dude, my shower I really do have crappy shower
my shower's
pressure.
My shower's pretty good.
Oh, well, maybe it's not an epidemic, but when he was speaking to me specifically when he started putting that shower stuff
Make
up.
the shower's great again.
He actually was, and someone needs to.
Yeah, you have the.
It's a problem.
Seinfeld low pressure.
And I know
hair.
that there's some environmental bullshit going on behind it.
Yeah, of course. That's the only thing that's going on behind it.
That's what I'm
Then Why are
saying.
you wasting water? You go, this is fucking America, okay? We'll waste all the water we want.
You know what? I'd waste more water because I probably take a longer shower because I'm not in there dicking around.
No.
But it's like you get soap on you and it takes so long to take off, so it's not saving water.
That's true. Yeah.
I could be in and out if I had a if I had a fire hose. I'd be in and out
Like
in
if you
3
had a
minutes.
pressure washer.
I don't do anything in there. I'd be in and out in 3 minutes.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
The only reason I'm in there for long is it fucking trizzles.
The question
down on me.
is do they retroactively fix all the old showers, or they just go moving forward?
I don't think it's the showers. It's the pressure.
Oh.
I don't think it's my shower head. I think it's a pressure issue.
It's just like this municipality.
I literally think
like the municipalities just have to do this.
The municipality literally just needs to turn it from fucking 2 to 3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sick. Thanks, Trump.
That's what I think has to happen. They have a button, like they just turn it off.
They just have
Low pressure on, off.
Let's go.
I think it's as simple as that.
Let's go.
But she also said she's cutting therapy. I said, what we should start doing if girls are actually looking for techniques to save, wait till they find out that you don't have to wash your jeans.
Yeah, you go once every 2 months.
You wait till they find out the real
Literally,
scams.
I wait for a mustard stain and I go, time to...
You can wear a sweater 90 times in a row.
Dude, I literally had a hot dog like maybe 2 weeks ago, and then I was eating it while I was walking, and then like maybe a week later, I looked at my pant leg and I just had a giant mustard stain on my pant leg that I just like didn't see
From 4 days ago,
from
probably.
a week ago. It's just walking around with like this big.
Yeah. So, ladies, if you are getting into savings, wait till you find out that for starters, you don't have to wash your pants. You don't have to wash your sheets more than once a year.
No.
You don't have to wash a microwave ever.
Never. No. Those are self-cleaning.
Those are
You
self-cleaning.
just fucking literally turn it on 10 minutes.
So there's lots of problems that girls don't realize.
No. Girls like making problems. That's the thing. They go, we need some problems so that we can fix them.
When your spending starts pulling back, it's possible that things will quickly spiral for the economy because young women in particular have a better feel for what's going south.
Yeah.
You find that
I
to
mean,
be
there
true?
is a deflationary aspect like that like there is some problem that I could see where all these women kind of prop up the economy with all the purchasing they make. If they all at the same time decide they're just going to cut back, like that actually could be deflationary.
But first of all, they're not.
Yeah, I know.
They're lying. Because anytime they're just like, oh yeah, I've saved money on this Uber, which means I have
More money for mimosas.
yeah. I've not noticed very much actual savings,
Not in my
but
household.
on top of that, I think that well, you tell me. Do you think that's actually true that they said women have a better feel for economy, whether it's
Fuck
going bad?
no. They're the way
That's
they're
the
talking.
that's the pot
The
thing
thing
they're
is, they're
presenting.
talking about this like some Midwestern mom who does the shopping every week. Like,
They're just saying
does
they have an
the-
internal barometer where they can tell.
Well, I think if you're like you have a family and you're like, yeah, I do the grocery shopping every week, and I see like, yeah, a month ago my bill was $200, now it's $250.
You're saying they're more tapped into prices doing the shopping.
Yeah, because they're like doing the
I don't even
shopping.
think that's the argument they're
But
making. I think they're
these-
saying they have a special power.
These big city bug women who are like, yeah, I just buy shit off of Amazon. You're like, I don't know.
The bug women don't know.
The bug women don't know. No idea.
No, they go Uber Eats prices went up by $10 every time. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I guess that sucks for my boyfriend's credit card.
Basically.
Boys, the days are getting longer. The spring is right around the corner. That means more outdoor activities, more fresh energy. And it's a great time to also refresh your wellness routine with a great tasting daily health drink. I'm talking about AG1, folks. You've heard me talk about it. You've heard the boys been telling you about AG1.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, you've heard Rogan. You've heard Ricky Gervais. You've heard Tim Ferriss. You've heard people telling you about
Everybody.
AG1. There's a reason why. It is the one thing that you start doing and you'll never stop. I got both my dad and my stepdad are AG1 guys.
Hey, man,
In fact, I got him AG1 and then he asked me where, he goes, what's the link? Because I want to keep going. One
Yeah.
wasn't enough for him.
Once you
He's like,
start, You gotta keep going.
Exactly. So AG1's first thing you do when you wake up with your coffee, and it says everything you need to do to refresh your nutrition and daily habits. We're talking prebiotics, probiotics, help support digestion. Noticeably, unlike other supplements that come and go, AG1 is a habit that actually sticks because you can feel the difference. And you can feel the difference if you stop doing it for a couple, which is why I never do anymore. I always bring them on tour. I got the packages in my bag. I haven't missed it. I'm always finding a way to make sure that I keep AG1 in my daily routine. The benefits are plentiful. AG1 supports your digestion, your energy levels, your skin health. From within, by the way, your skin health from within, cravings, and much more things. As the spring weather encourages more travel, hiking, weekend getaways, AG1's travel packs make it easy to stay consistent no matter where you are. Unlike other supplements that make big claims without the research, AG1's formulation is based on actual latest science and nutrition and wellness. AG1 is NSF certified for sport, meaning it's independently tested for quality, and its ingredients include no artificial junk, and it's tested for over 500 herbicides and pesticides. When it comes to my health, I want something I can trust, and that's why I choose AG1 with science-backed ingredients, real benefits I can feel. AG1 makes it easy to support overall wellness every day, and that's why I've been partnering with AG1 for so long. So AG1 is offering new subscribers of the BOYSCAST a free $76 gift when you sign up. You get a welcome kit, which actually looks pretty sick, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/boyscast to get this offer. That is drinkag1.com/boyscast. Start your year off on a healthier note. The thing about being a man is we're stuck with what you got. You can't be out here putting on makeup, looking like a clown, tricking people that you're going on dates with, showing up. You can't take the 90 photos with just your neck up. People are on to the scam. But what you can do is wear underwear that accentuates what you got.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Makes you look great. Makes the ladies go goo goo. They go fucking
hubba.
When I put on the Meundies, I'm definitely noticeable when I'm looking in the mirror. And I'll tell you what, everyone's got a couple different pairs of underwear.
Yeah.
You know the ones that you pick when they're about to be seen.
Yeah. When you got all the clean ones and it's your choice of them all.
You know what goes first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
And then you know what also starts getting replaced when it starts getting replaced. And they start getting replaced with Meundies.
Yeah.
Because Meundies makes you look nice, makes the ladies go wild. 9 out of 10 women swear the sophisticated brief technology makes you look huge. So this is tested, tried by women. Style for everyone, from all black classics to fun expressive prints. Meundies has a look for everyone. Plus, they come in all sizes, XS to 4XL, guaranteeing a flattering cut for every body. Versatile loungewear, unmatched comfort, reliably sourced, problem-free philosophy. So if you're not happy with your first pair of Meundies, it's on Meundies. Good things come in big packages at Meundies. Get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping on all orders of $75 or more. Meundies.com/boyscast. Enter the promo code BOYSCAST. And again, that is Meundies.com/boyscast with the code BOYSCAST for 20% off. Meundies, comfort from the outside in. Gen Z coffee lovers discover a new way to combat Java prices with this new home cafe trend.
This is fucking insane.
This is what I was saying was like, are you trying to get boomers making fun of you? Because it feels like this is how you get boomers making fun of you.
Making coffee. Wow.
And they didn't even discover really making coffee because this girl said she transformed her kitchen into a cozy custom coffee shop.
You bought an espresso
So
machine?
she's like, I've only had to spend $900.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And now I can make coffee.
And then you're like, and I don't descale my coffee machine, so it's gonna break in 6 months. And
like, she didn't discover a Keurig. She discovered buying a full Starbucks coffee rig.
yeah. Imagine what she discovers that she can do this as a job.
Yeah, you can actually make money.
and all the coffee you can drink on top of it.
That's the ultimate life hack for these people.
Yeah, you go, this is a profession.
Yeah, if you go work an hour a day, get your free coffee, and then go, you actually are.
Or you work 8 hours a day and you just have
9 free mochaccino lattes.
You have a job. You're actually contributing now.
I thought this was the craziest one. This is New York Post. Gen Z TikTokers are ditching the expensive morning coffee and instead transforming their kitchen into a cozy custom coffee shop. I was like, how much does that cost?
I didn't know I've been a barista this entire time.
complete with menus, pastries, and
I mean, the menus is ridiculous. This is like you're turning into like a child.
Yeah.
Like you know how like you get like a 6-year-old, you get them like a Fisher Price little, like oven and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're becoming like a child.
You're definitely becoming a child.
Like you can't do this like a fucking adult where you go, the economy's bad, we're making coffee at home.
Speaking of children, they just released a big article, New York Times actually, but also these other places, kind of agreeing with my pitch that I've been saying, that the way that they look at ADHD is a scam and they over-medicate these students. Not that that's like the hottest take.
No,
other people have probably said that as well. But I have been, I've said it because personally I've been they tried to med me up.
I mean, the idea...
They tried to Kanye me.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of putting kids on speed.
Yeah, they tried to fucking put me on speed.
Yeah.
Because I'm rambunctious.
Yeah, you go, I don't know. Just let them be rambunctious.
Just because I fucking punched a couple of my teachers in the face.
Maybe it's not the speed that's a problem. Maybe you just need back-breaking labor. That's the thing.
But the biggest thing that they said that they were wrong about, essentially, is that they act like it's this, like, the exact word was, it's a permanent neurological deficit, where they're like, you have this permanent problem, where it's like, it's more changing depending on context. It gets better, it's worse. It gets better as you get older.
Also, you become used to the drugs.
And then,
that's
the drugs don't really help.
Is everybody's, like, a lot of the people who took them, they're like, yeah, I got, like, it was great for 2 months.
Yeah.
And then, like, any drug you take, you go, yeah, I got used to it. And it doesn't do anything anymore.
And if anything, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
And long term, it's terrible.
I mean, it can't be good. I mean, do we even have really long-term data on it? I know the one
it's brutal.
kid was like, it made him better at baseball. But you're like, yeah, that was in the 70s in the Major League Baseball. They had these things called greenies, where in baseball they used to take speed because they were literally like, it makes them better at baseball, and they banned it. And you're like, yeah, I guess. It's like, yeah, it's amphetamines, sure.
I mean, some people say that alcohol makes them better at stand-up comedy at first, and it does. But then over the long term, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, not when you're fucking showing up wasted. So.
Well, yeah, but basically it's not good for kids in their formative years who are figuring stuff out to be like, how about you don't figure it out and we'll just drug you, and then you never figure it out.
You never figure it out, and you're addicted to speed.
And then, dude, I've seen it so many times in real life, people start identifying with their fucking disorder where they go, oh, I can't show up on time, I have ADHD. Like it becomes like an excuse for everything, because the doctors told them, like, you have something wrong with you, not just like, yeah, you're a little fucking loopy, so maybe fucking make your calendar.
Yeah, figure it out. And they're like, no, I can't. I have a disorder.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, well, yes, you might have to deal with forgetting stuff here and there. Like
you're fired. I don't care.
Well, then they go on TikTok and be like, I was fired for my disability.
Right.
Dude, I read a stat that said in the UK, 25% of people in the UK consider themselves disabled right now.
Really?
That's messed up.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Because every little thing like that.
Yeah, everything's a disability.
No, I can't show up on time. I have ADHD. I can't fucking do this. I'm depressed. I can't do this. I have this. And you're just like, all these things are like in and out thing. They're not binaries.
No, they're not binary, and they're mostly fake.
For people that love spectrums, they hate actual spectrums.
That's true. That's well said. You go, yeah, you're just fucking figure it out.
Like, there's like a loopiness scale, and if you fucking are a loopy, a lot of times that comes with you're more creative. Like generally someone that's like thinking of like, even like there's been a lot of people like the Albert Einsteins of the world where they'll say in his biography, like, oh, he's always forgetting everything or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's always like a cost benefit of different types of things. And you go, yeah, so you're going to have to work a little harder to remember things and to write your times down. And you might have to set more alarms and whatever. You go, you're not disabled.
Yeah, you're not disabled. And ADHD.
You're just bad at something.
Generally, ADHD, you're like, yeah, I can't focus on things I'm not interested in. But you're like, find something you're interested in and you'll focus on it.
That's the biggest one. And they're just like, no, keep doing things you're not interested in and take speed.
Yeah, take speed. Just we need to prepare you for this.
We'll make you interested.
9 to 5 drone life.
Actually, that's what you just said is the best point. Yeah, they're like,
yeah, you're just like,
instead of the kid finding, because I was kind of saying the comedy analogy where it's like, you can only do comedy drunk, but you're right. It's like, instead of finding things you're interesting in, finding how you like where you engage, what they do is they're like, no, we'll make everything interesting by making you on drugs.
Yeah, and you're like, no, that's not what I need.
They're literally
stop
doing
making me do shit I'm not interested in.
Have you ever watched a movie on weed?
Basically. Yeah. Everybody has something they're interested in.
Yeah.
Generally. And you can,
yeah, eventually.
Yeah, you find it.
Or get interested in.
Yeah, something.
Well, some people, the AI age regressors.
Yeah.
So
the regressors.
This is probably the most insane Reddit thread of all time.
Yeah.
There's a Reddit thread and they basically are grown-ups, and they dress up like they're babies, and they want people to be their caretakers.
Yeah.
And
now they're getting into AI.
So there's a big mutiny in the group. So it's like a big drama. I always love it when a Reddit thread fucking tears apart. It's always the same thing. It's always over. It's always a political
thing, or yeah.
It's always kind of like the same thing as like, condo board groups always tear up. It's like some people are activists and some people are not. But this Regressors age group Reddit thread, this is the kind of stuff they post normally. I'll tell you. They go, "Hello everyone."
Hello everyone.
HEWWO. Hi, wee little name, my little baby. My name is Karen Elizabeth McCoffey, and it says that in brackets.
Yeah.
That's so funny because they always, they go, she goes, me wee little name is little baby, and then brackets. My big name is Karen Elizabeth McCoffey.
Put the whole name?
Yeah, she says her big name. So they have a little name and a big name.
But she doesn't want any kind of anonymity here? She's
it's a little weird.
Yeah.
I am 1 to 2 years old, brackets. My big age is 35. Okay. I love coloring. She spells it like that too.
That's the thing is kids don't spell that way though. Like even if they have like a kid speech impediment,
they speak that way, not
they
spell
speak
that way.
They don't spell that way.
Yeah.
What are you, dumb?
Yeah, she's trying really hard to appear 3.
Yeah.
My daddy wants to force me to make more friends, so she has a daddy that.
Is this a real daddy?
No, that would not be her real daddy.
Okay.
So she have a big age and a small age. So they started using this thing called CAI, and it's caregiver AI, and it's this AI I think it's for normal stuff.
It's character. It's like some weird character AI thing, but then I think it's not. The AI doesn't like to be used for age regression stuff.
Yeah, they have all these different AIs that they found out they can pretend that they're 3 and use it for their AI thing. And then there's a mutiny in the group. So the first one started out, hey, I regress using C.AI. Is that weird to you guys? So they're wondering if when you're a grown-up acting like a baby, is that weird? That
a baby can't use AI.
That's what you should say. No, that would you.
That doesn't make sense.
Use it. Yeah,
like obviously you're 3.
You're 3. How would you use that?
How are you even using a computer right now?
And they're saying like, well, that's
let's go. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Basically,
you're basically seeing fucking like Mickey Mouse at the theme park smoking a cigarette with the helmet off right now.
I was saying that too because there are a lot of people posting on this thing being like, hey, I'm a little baby. But then they start getting into the like issues being like, I don't like this business where everyone's using AI, but you're like, yeah, but you're also, and then you're just a grown man typing this in a diaper. It's a guy fucking in a diaper typing this.
It's like sucking on his pacifier.
Guys, come on. I don't like this AI business. So they started out where it's people mainly just coming on acting like they're a baby.
Yeah.
And this person, this is the first thing they go, AI CG is really mean. I'm using AI and it's really mean. Is there a better one? It's either make me happy or it make me upset or scared. So they talk in a baby, which makes them hard to read. And I don't want to do the baby voice anymore.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think the issue is I'm usually somewhat mischievous when I'm regressed, so the bots take that poorly. So she's going on and starting fights with her computer, basically.
The computer, yeah. The AI. And it's not playing along, like it has like guardrails built in.
It has guardrails built in, and a lot of the AIs they use are for sex. Yeah. So they're going on there being like, Daddy, tell me what to do. And it was like, yeah, you little slut. And they're like, no, I want you to.
Oh.
So they're having a really hard time threading the needle between fine.
There's no like PG mode essentially for this.
Well, the PG mode doesn't talk to them like a baby because they know they're not 3. So they're having trouble finding.
Right.
So all the daddy AIs they find are just like, they're just like, I'm a little baby, tell me what to do. And he was like, take your fucking top off.
You go, yo, that's fucked up, AI.
Yo, that's fucked up, AI.
What is this, a fucking pedo AI here?
I don't think it's very safe anymore. Literally every bot gets romantic immediately. So they're like, this bot's a fucking pedophile. I'm 3.
Fucking go talk to ChatGPT. ChatGPT's not untoward like that.
Does anyone know any alternatives? So the bots can't distinguish between regressors and people that are sexual perverts.
Right. And if they weren't 3, they could explain that they want them.
And they see themselves as not sexual perverts. No. Obviously.
No. Yeah, the dude with the diaper on and the fucking pacifier, not a pervert.
Grown man just comes back from work, just cracks a beer,
blow off some steam,
puts the beer off, puts the beer down, then he puts the bottle up, just puts the diaper on.
No, the diaper's already on.
Talks to AI.
Takes the pants off. Diaper's
Takes
on
the
at
pants
work.
off, has the diaper on.
It's his little secret at work.
Talks to his computer like he's a 3-year-old.
Soils the diaper.
Soils the diaper.
Gotta soil the diaper.
Then the pushback started. Don't use AI, it's bad for the environment. I know it's hard to deal with things, but AI is destroying our planet, and relying emotionally on AI is dangerous in the long run. I know how it makes you feel, but it's the only option to have a CG. But you don't need one to regress. Using AI is not good, shouldn't be encouraged, and shouldn't be a replacement for human connections.
Wow, that's well spoken for a baby.
They go in and out of their baby voice. This is their big talking. Sort of like the Tulpa thing where they can go in and out of their...
Does anybody are they like, I'm a smart baby, and they just talk like normal?
yeah, I am a baby. My baby's really smart.
Yeah, that's a super smart baby.
Well, yeah, all of a sudden these 4-year-olds are kind of experts, right?
Yeah, classic 4-year-olds.
And basically this is a response that's pro AI, says, and what's the alternative? Talking to judgmental human people, forcing them to be lonely and have no one?
Why can't they talk to each other? These freaks found their community.
Well, they need a caregiver. Is a big part of this freak community is they need like an older person.
But aren't there caregivers who are like, that's one side of the other side of the coin, where they go,
why doesn't the Reddit thread just find the caregiver thread?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there must be a caregiver thread. Merge the two. Pair up.
I think that's probably been like...
Take your freak show off the internet.
Well, you'd think that they could take the Reddit thread and then take the caregiver thread, and then the two of them meet, and then you go, that's it, right?
Yeah, find some sort of equilibrium here.
Well, the problem is the caregiver thread is going to be exclusively dudes that are going to pair in with the girls acting 3.
That's fine.
Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's what you're getting. What do you think?
Well, I think what do the dudes do, though? There's a lot of dudes that want to be babies, and who are they going to get to be caregivers?
There's some fucking weirdo women who want to be caregivers, too.
I guarantee if you went on right now and said, put it this way. If you went on Reddit right now and you're like, hey, I'm Danny. I like to pretend that I'm 3 years old, looking for a woman to come over and be my caregiver. I shit on the floor and change my diaper and stuff like that.
You gotta pay for that. That's not free.
The girl does not have to pay for that.
The girl does not have to pay. I thought
a girl could put that on Craigslist and she'll have people at her house. If she's...
Oh my God.
She'd get paid for that.
Oh, get paid for that. Yeah.
Right.
You get paid for that. That's the difference. I thought they just wanted somebody to do this like virtually online. I didn't know this is like...
Well, they're looking for that too.
Well,
they're looking for... I think they're looking for whatever they can get. The girls don't have a problem. They probably have nonstop.
Yeah.
But this is a bunch of grown men sitting in a diaper on Reddit looking for someone to come clean their shit up, and they're having a hard time finding that, so they thought that maybe ChatGPT can tell them stuff.
I think transmaxing might be a solution to all this.
Transmax to solve the whole deal.
Yeah, transmaxing. You go, have you considered transmaxing?
How many people are in the regression?
Too many.
53,000 members.
God.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And it says it's a positive, age regression is a positive non-sexual coping strategy for alleviating stress. That's the problem, is they go, this is non-sexual. You go, yeah, sure, buddy.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, sure, pal. Yeah. I mean, you're looking for the fucking...
All of these things, it's impossible to find it, to have any sort of non-sexual version.
Yeah.
I would rather a child use AI to have... They talk about it like it's an actual child. You're like, hey, guys, this is a child you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Child use AI for safe caregiving relationship, then think an actual caregiver and put themselves in a dangerous position, potentially to be groomed. And it's like... You're not an actual child.
Yeah, well.
You go, I'm a 3-year-old. I'm just going to invite someone to my house. What if they groom me? You go, it's a fucking 40-year-old man sitting in a fucking diaper being like, what if I get groomed?
Sure. There, but for the grace of God go I, that I do not have to deal with this shit.
Heaven forbid you get groomed.
Yep.
You're 40 years old. And then there's sort of like a right wing versus left wing thing going on in the
right wing age regressors.
Yeah, well, the right wing people are they're like, we need to think about the children.
Yeah, right.
Guys, we need to think about the children here. Children. We can't put these children in harm's way.
Yep.
And then the left wing people are like, we need to think about the environment. So there's like an environment versus, the children component. And then there's an anti-AI response. AI uses so much water, so much energy, steals from writers and artists and voice actors. It's just and just about any creative job you can think of. AI is just morally bad. So. Again, set in a diaper.
Right.
Grown man sitting in a diaper, worrying about the job market.
In a soiled diaper, being like, hey, AI is fucking going to be the death of us.
I would love for these people to have like, if you could actually ever break in when they're having their conference and just like a bunch of them sitting there in their diapers.
I think a lot of furries probably. I think this is a big Venn diagram for.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
I think there are a lot of like these.
No, they probably start as furries and then they're just like, you know what? Why don't I just actually? I can act 3 without the costume. Why do I need the whole costume to do this whole thing?
Yeah, like I'm looking at the subreddit and like it's like.
What percentage guys, girls, do you think?
Mostly girls. I mean, just from the photos, because people will post straight up selfies on this. It's mostly no. There's some guys. You'd think the girls would have a really hard time, a really easy time, and the guys would have a really hard time. Yeah, just like in everything. Yeah, a lot of pacifiers, a lot of dolls.
And then there's a guy who posted AI stuff on here, and then he got in like trouble. People kicked him off and said that.
Anyways, anybody who out there who has kids, hug your kids. Don't beat them and stuff because this is what happens.
I got permanently kicked out of my regressed headspace when I saw someone posting AI art in here. So this guy hates AI, and he says someone posting AI art triggered him.
Oh.
And then he used. He said he was pretty aggressive in his language, and then someone got mad, and he goes, "Edit. I won't be changing my wording. Don't get it, people like your parent." Like you're their parent. I'm not your child. So it's a little irony there.
Because I'd like to be your child.
Yeah.
I'd like to be somebody's child. I'm just not your child. You're not my father.
It's just an age regressor saying, "Don't talk to me like I'm some fucking kid." Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you though, like this is really looking through the subreddit. We're really living through this like death of shame thing.
Oh yeah.
Because this is obviously something that should be kept to yourself.
Oh yeah.
And so many people just post selfies of themselves. Like it's literally littered with people just selfies.
Yeah, how are you not embarrassed?
Yeah. Full Sebastian. I'm not embarrassed.
It is full Sebastian.
Like literally people are like, I'm an age regressor. You go, this is like something you should literally between you and your therapist.
Yeah, and to be honest, they were saying like it should be between me and my AI.
Right.
And they're like, no,
that's
bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Coping with age regression. I'm about 17 days clean of AI. So this person got off the AI because the other people in the group told him it's politically bad. And he goes, I'm 17 days clean, but there's still this itch in my brain. I just desperately want to talk to these characters because they feel like they love me. So this guy's like a crack addict.
These people are not going to like the tariffs either because their adult onesies are about to double in price.
Yeah.
Like, crazy that like someone's business goes, I make onesies for freaks.
Fucking nuts.
Adult onesies.
So this is quite the fucking...
Yeah, there's a lot of different things out there.
You know what? On the topic of climate, I thought this was fucking wild, but they go, cutting emissions. Hairdressers and barbers will be trained to talk about climate with customers. Have you seen that one? University College Cork is a College Cork, I guess it's called.
Ireland.
Yeah, I don't know I don't really get that, but they go, it's overseeing the project by Dr. Maureen Kareen at the University Office of Sustainability, said the idea is to tap into places where chat flows naturally. Hairdressers and barbers have a broad reach and gives the possibility of reaching a cohort of people that may not be involved in local environmental groups and the usual pathways of climate conversation and action. So this is a wacky plan that they concocted on cocaine.
Yeah. Barbers. There's less. The trick with a barber is you get someone who doesn't even speak the language.
Who the fuck wants to go get a lecture from their barber about climate?
They might fuck up your hair a little bit because you can't really communicate with them, but it's better. You got to go. That's the thing. This is a chick problem. This is never going to be like...
If you ever went to a barber and they slipped in climate change shit, do you think you'd go back to that barber?
Fuck no. I don't. I told you. Like, I don't... Literally, I go to a place, they have soccer on. None of them speak English.
I know, but I actually go to a gay guy now.
Oh, you go to a gay guy now. Yeah, well, you might be getting the climate talk then soon.
Yeah, I know the climate. Well, he didn't go to the university to get the...
Oh. Yeah, he probably gets I'm sure he's part of some...
The idea is not to scare off a client, just, So anyways, they think that this is what's going on at universities right now.
Right,
They've come up with a wacky plan on cocaine where if they can get people to come to school for barbers and then teach them all this stuff, they can get the barbers to propagandize their barber clients on why climate change is happening.
You're talking to fucking, 10, 15 people a day.
So defund this.
You might as well just slide it in.
Australia needs an Elon Musk defunding this.
Yeah, this is...
There's a couple of funny vegan ones too, and they said vegans are hated by meat eaters, and scientists claim to know the reason why. And did you see the reason why? Envy.
Envy, right?
So the reason why people hate vegans is not anything to do with the throwing blood and everything. It's because you hate us because you ain't us.
They're weak.
You hate us because
They're just.
You hate us because you ain't us.
Sure. I mean,
participants represent the faux fake meat eaters, bringing up feelings of fear, envy, contempt, and anger. So every time you see a vegan, you get fear and anger.
I've never known anybody to be envious of vegans.
You're fucking...
I mean, I guess there is some element you go, I guess it's impressive that you can keep this whole thing up. It is a difficult life.
No, you hate them because you ain't them. You see them eating their soy bagels and you go, fuck them.
It's like keto where you go, yeah, I guess it's hard.
It's a crazy proposal to say that you hate us because they ain't us. And this is a study.
Can't go to any restaurant.
This is a study they published.
Oh, of course they have to do a study.
They did a study, and the study is claimed that they did the math, and it turns out people are just jealous.
Sure, yeah. You go to a steakhouse. You go outside of a steakhouse, and you just wait for people to come in. You go, what are your thoughts on vegans? You go,
fucking jealous.
Jealous and envious. Anyways, I'm about to go fucking murder a tomahawk steak, but...
I fucking wish I could be that.
Yeah, I wish I could.
Well, they think they're so good. I wish,
eating their vegetables, and their vegetables that look like. I mean, it is annoying that they go.
So those are the two wackiest things that were going on in academia and science. Is they have a theory that they can stop climate change by teaching barbers how to propagandize their clients.
Yeah.
And the second one is the actual truth about vegans is everyone's jealous of
Feels
them.
like they're running out of stuff. Actually, I'm taking this as a positive. I go, they're running out of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, it's gonna be like, we need to teach mechanics to preach climate change.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you get your fucking oil changed.
Oh, your plumber. That is where you're at. You're gonna have your plumber mechanic teaching climate change.
Yeah. You're fucking like just install low flow toilets without you asking. Like the plumber comes to do a clog job, and then they just fucking low flow you up.
Did you? We haven't even really talked about the Canadian election, which is 2 weeks away, I think, right?
2 weeks away, yeah.
It does feel like, in my opinion, it does feel like all the Trump tariff stuff just made it like Carney's going to win. It feels like.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of dropped like a little bit.
For people who aren't paying attention and aren't Canadian, the interesting thing that just happened is because of all the Trump stuff, they're basically treating Poilievre like he's Trump and trying to tie him on that. And recently they had a rally where they took all these Stop the Steal buttons, and the Liberal Party basically, I don't know if it was exactly Liberal Party.
It was like Liberal Party staffers like infiltrated this event, a conservative event, and then they left all these like Stop the Steal buttons lying around.
So they could try to be like, look at this guy, he's Trump 2.0.
He's Trump 2.0 or whatever, and then they got busted.
And he's kind of been doing everything he can to not be like Trump, and he hasn't been doing a lot of the podcasts, and PBD, Patrick McDavid's been on the internet calling him a pussy.
Yeah.
Patrick McDavid says he's a pussy because
I don't know why you wouldn't go do Rogan at this point, just because you're like...
Well, maybe he wasn't asked to do Rogan. What was he?
I feel like, I don't know, Rogan's talked about liking him. I'm sure Rogan would have him.
Well, he could have done Jordan Peterson again. He has avoided doing all the podcasts.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, to be honest.
He has. I'll tell you, I agree with you. I haven't seen much of him, put it that way.
No, you haven't. Like, I see him on Twitter, just like he's doing like real meat and potatoes, like just
that 20,000 people watch.
Yeah, he just goes and does like a fucking, does a rally at like a steel plant in Oshawa or something.
Yeah, he's doing the old. He's doing the old school. I'm just gonna.
And I don't know if they're like, look,
I'm running on. He's basically hoping that people just like we're so sick of the Trudeau administration that he get voted,
which was the case. Literally 3 months ago.
But people are so fired up about the Trump stuff and the tariffs and everything like that that it's
And today, a CBC reporter asked the press secretary about what was going on, like Canada, and she kind of reiterated that, like, Trump still does, like, he hasn't been talking about it, but he still does believe that Canada would be good as the 51st state, which just is more points for Carney. Yeah. So it's not.
Well, Carney's. If you ever watch that guy, he's like all the stuff. Like he'll give speeches and being like, we have a big problem with fucking sexism, misogyny, anti-Semitism. He goes, we gotta stop the influx of conspiracy theories coming in from America. That's like his big thing
literally,
right now.
you're getting more Trudeau essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, you go.
Maybe a little less dumb. Like Carney's not.
Yeah. Oh, he's certainly.
He's not dumb.
No. He's certainly
dumb.
Economically, he's smart. Like, and again, their biggest issue is an economic one. So,
Ideologically, he's kind of like a wacko.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you think that the Liberals did a bad job the last 10 years, you're probably getting just more of that.
Yeah, you're getting a continuation.
Yeah, you're getting a continuation of that. So,
I think that people are so fired up about the Trump thing and Paul.
For sure. Trump gifted it to him.
Yeah, and he goes, well, you need to. Yeah, Trump gifted it to him a little bit.
Literally just handed it to him on a fucking silver platter. And you know what?
Poilievre's not going down fighting. That's the thing, though, right?
This was a fucking absolute strategic masterclass by the Liberal Party to ditch Trudeau when they did, and all the stuff that they were kind of getting shit talked about, having Parliament just go home for 2 months and Trudeau kind of running it and under all this Trump shit. You're it was perfectly played by them. If this, I don't know if this was how they.
You're saying if they win, it was good politics.
Yeah, for sure. They never let a crisis go to waste kind of deal, and they.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, they would have literally been absolutely destroyed if it wasn't for this Trump tariff stuff. They would have had no shot whatsoever, and they took this thing and they ran with it completely, milked it for everything it's worth. And it looks like it's going to work. I mean, they might get a majority.
It's crazy.
But
This is crazy. I didn't realize Salt Lake is such a sick city.
Yeah, I've never been there. I heard it's awesome though.
Salt Lake, Denver, those cities that kind of everyone. I mean, people talk about them, but they just seem like a little bit of in between cities, if you know what I mean. They're not really the big name brand cities.
No,
they're underrated.
I know.
I think people talk about Salt Lake as the Mormon thing, which by the way, they have this big church. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen
cathedral the size of a universe.
It's a nice building.
And all the Mormons are rich. It's nuts.
Yeah, they're kind of weird Jews.
And they all apparently the Mormons will pay for each other's universities, so they want all the Mormons to be smart and represent the Mormons.
Yeah, bring them.
But I mean, that's again, the city's not. It's more like Denver. It's a lot of people with tattoos walking around and that kind of stuff. Either way, those cities, I would say are underrated cities.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the sick nature. Cool.
All that stuff's fucking sick. The weather's good. The buildings look good. It's fairly clean. Denver's got a little more homelessness. Salt Lake doesn't have as much, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't realize that those cities are better than I thought.
When I drove through Utah, I remember being damn, this is an underrated state.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah. Because the way people talk about it, it's it was wrong to me.
Yeah. Well, you just kind of don't even think about it.
It's just another place, whatever. It's just
just whatever.
The way I might think of I don't know, Ohio or something.
Yeah, somewhere but not even some just
Liberty.
Yeah, exactly.
One of those places you're it's fine, whatever, but nothing.
Toledo or something. And you go. No,
whereas Salt Lake, you're this is. Yeah. I guess they have sports teams and everything. I know, but I'm just saying so does Buffalo,
Yep.
This was, it's a better city than people give it credit to. And I bet you can see people are all moving there and the housing prices are going up, but you can see why.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, we have a whole bunch of more stuff to talk about. If you come over, patreon.com/theboyscast,
head
as
on
usual.
over, the water's warm.
Patreon.com/theboyscast. Peace.